Sometimes silence feels like complicity. And this week, something has happened that I cannot ignore. On April 22nd, 2025, a tragic shooting took place in Pahalgam, Kashmir. 26 innocent tourists were killed as a result. Hello, people. In today's video, we're gonna do three things: lay out the facts of what happened, discuss the Indian government's response, and talk about something a little harder to pin down but just as important: the online reaction and why it is so deeply unsettling. Let's start at the beginning. On April 22nd, 2025, around 2:50 pm, seven militants affiliated with the Resistance Front, an offshoot of Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba and Hizbul Mujahideen, launched a brutal attack on a group of tourists at Basaran Valley near Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir. The attackers, armed with M4 carbines and AK-47s, opened fire not so indiscriminately, resulting in the death of 26 people, including 25 Indian nationals and one Nepali citizen. Over 20 others were grievously injured. Eyewitnesses reported that the gunmen, dressed in military style uniforms, emerged from nearby forests and began shooting at close range. Some survivors recounted that the attackers asked victims to recite religious verses and checked for circumcisions and ID cards to identify non Muslims. The attackers are believed to have used body cameras to record the assault, a method commonly linked to Lashkar-e-Taiba propaganda. This incident marks the deadliest attack on civilians in India since the 2008 or 2611 Mumbai attacks. As of the time of recording, three of the seven attackers have been identified and their sketches have been released. In the aftermath of the attack, the Indian government implemented a series of decisive measures. The first of these is the suspension of the Indus Water Treaty, wherein India has temporarily halted the treaty that was signed in 1960. This was a significant water sharing agreement with Pakistan, and until assurances are received regarding the cessation of cross border terrorism, the treaty is to stay suspended. This is huge because keep in mind that this treaty has survived four wars, and this suspension could leave Pakistan with almost no freshwater access. In the words of Ahmed Bilal Sufi, the Pakistani federal law minister, arbitration may not offer much resources if India chooses not to follow the treaty. In case India revokes the treaty, it literally means it has shunned it. The dispute resolution mechanism under Article 9 and Annexes F and G of the treaty will be of no use and assistance to Pakistan. It is limited to a dispute under the treaty and not meant to provide for specific performance of the treaty itself. For instance, India can now immediately stop sharing water flow data with Pakistan. There will be no design or operational restrictions in India for the use of the water of the Indus and its tributaries. Also, India can now create storage on the western rivers Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. The closure of the Atari Wagah border post is the second of such measures. It is a justified step by India in response to Pakistan's continued instability and failure to curb cross border provocations. While the border historically has served as a symbol of potential cooperation, that potential cannot come at the cost of national security. India's decision underscores a clear message: goodwill cannot be sustained unilaterally. Until Pakistan demonstrates tangible efforts to address these ongoing concerns, such gestures of connectivity must be reconsidered. This closure isn't an abandonment of dialogue, it is a call for accountability. The third is the visa restrictions, wherein all Pakistani nationals' visas have been revoked and the SARC visa exemption scheme has been suspended. All SPES visa holders are to leave within the next 48 hours. The fourth is the following recent intelligence inputs linking Pakistani personnel to suspicious activities. India expelled Pakistani military advisors with a decisive move. This is a clear message. India won't allow cooperation to be exploited as a cover for hostility. The fifth is the diplomatic downgrading. Not only did India expel Pakistani military advisors, it also reduced the staff strength at its High Commission in Islamabad from 55 to 30. Prime Minister Narendra Modi cut short his visit to Saudi Arabia to address the situation, and Home Minister Amit Shah visited the site to coordinate the security response. These actions underscore the gravity with which the Indian government views the situation. Now, while Pakistan has officially denied the involvement in the attack, recent statements by Pakistani officials have raised concerns. Just a week before the attack, Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir referred to Kashmir as Pakistan's jugular vein during a public speech, reviving the two nation theory that was the basis for the partition in 1947. India's intelligence agencies are linking these comments to the attack, suggesting that such rhetoric may have emboldened militant groups to carry out the massacre. The timing of the attack, coinciding with US Vice President J.D. Vance's visit to India, further complicates the geopolitical implications. Now, shifting focus to the digital realm, there has been a disturbing trend: the aestheticization of this tragedy. Some individuals have created Ghibli style edits of the attack, soft filters, whimsical music, overlaying scenes of devastation. This isn't a form of coping, it's a form of erasure. By romanticizing such events, we risk demonizing the real pain and suffering experienced by the victims and their families. It is crucial to approach tragedies with the gravity and respect they deserve. I am personally deeply troubled, not just by the attack itself, but by the subsequent reactions. The blending of real world tragedies with aestheticized content is a disservice to those affected. It is essential to remember that human lives are at the center of these events. Let's strive to honor their memories by engaging in respectful and meaningful discourse. आई डो नॉट नो कि हम लोग कब तक लैंग्वेज, क्रीड, कास्ट पे लड़ते रहेंगे. शायद तब तक जब तक हमें ये ना रियलाइज़ हो कि दी एनिमी इज़ टेकिंग एडवांटेज ऑफ आर कॉलोनाइज्ड कॉम्प्लेक्स. ये डिवाइड एंड रूल ख़त्म तो सपोजली सालों पहले हो चुका था, बट alas we still see the poisoning remnants of it. And don't mistake this sadness for protectionism, because it is not. Anyhow, that is it for today's video, people. Take care, and until next time, yours truly.